What's up, strangers? This is the fit. With these foot Crocs. Fake foot Crocs. So, excuse me. Welcome back to my motherfucking shit, bitch. Welcome back to my motherfucking channel, bitches. Y'all know some bitches, but don't mind me breaking out. But look at the glow. Anyways, as you can see by the title, we're doing must-watch movies. Must-watch movies. I had them on my phone because I got them off of a website. Most of them are from this, like, they already came out, but they came on Netflix this month, so they're like kind of new. But I wrote them down. So let's just get right into the video. It feels weird doing this. I haven't done one in like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know. But let's get right into the video. The first movie, comfortable. Well, the first one we're gonna get into, I'm currently watching it. It's Wentworth. Technically it's season 9 in Australia, but here it's still season 8. So it's just like the last, it's basically season 9, and season 9 has 10 episodes. But it is just Wentworth. I'm currently watching the second episode of the new season. I've already cried a bunch, laughed, you know. Someone already died that I didn't expect. And that person kind of didn't deserve it, but, you know, I'm still watching it, but it is a good show. So I highly... Hold up. I highly recommend watching Wentworth. It's only 9 seasons. Technically it's 8, because they're just finishing... It's season 9 in Australia, like I said, but here they're just finishing it off as season 8. But technically it's season 9, so I'm gonna just say that. But it is a good show, so I highly recommend Wentworth. That's like a 13 out of 10 for me. But anyways, some must-watch movies we have here on this piece of paper. The first one is Hellfest. I don't want to really spoil it for if you haven't watched it, but long story short, it's like there's like a group of friends at this like carnival corn maze shit, and then like people end up dying, and then the end of the movie is gonna have you like, what the fuck? But it is like a 10 out of 10. I watched it and then I couldn't watch it for like I could not finish it. I had like 30 minutes left of that, and it took me like 2 weeks to finish it because it scared the shit out of me. But it is a good movie. So yes, number 1, Hellfest, 10 out of 10. It's a good movie. It's just the end is gonna have you like jaw drop on the floor. Another one, I seen it on the website. It said Cam. It came out on my birthday, but they're saying it's a Halloween movie or a scary movie. But it's not scary, it's just weird, but in a good way. But it is a 9 out of 10 because I don't want to say spoil it. Like I said, I don't want to spoil this, so I'm just gonna like try to paraphrase or summarize it. This movie, there's a girl who's like a porn star, but not a porn star. Like, she has her own website where she goes live and does crazy shit for money, you know. And there ends up being another version of her and hacking her account and all that shit. But it's a real good movie. It's weird, but in a good way. So a 9 out of 10 on that one. What's this? Oh, it's a fucking cat stuff. Let me just fix these. Is it gonna be okay? Next is the Fear Street Trilogy. Again, it's not. I'm pretty sure it's been out on Netflix, but I pretty much just watched it because on the website it said it was a Halloween movie. So there's 3 parts. 1994 is part 1, 1978 is part 2, and 1666 is part 3. When it should have been 1666 and then 1978 and then 1994. But shit that happens in 1994, they talk about in the 1666. It's weird. Like, the time thing is weird, especially in the last movie, because it's like they're going back in time. But it's pretty much about this witch who, like, they claim that she did something and she actually didn't do it. So she, like, cut off her hand or something, and like cursed the land, and then like all these people became killers, like the firstborn, all that shit. But it's really good. 1994, I rated it like a 9 out of 10. 1978, 9 out of 10. And then third part is 1666, 10 out of 10. That one is my favorite out of all of them. Yeah. Next movie is Alive. It's a Korean movie, I believe, but it's pretty much like The Walking. I haven't seen The Walking Dead, but it has zombies like any zombie movie. But it's like kind of like The Walking Dead, I guess. I'm not sure, but it has zombies, and then they're like, it's kind of like the coronavirus, you know. It's like they're in the like, people are turning into zombies and killing each other, killing each other, and then like it becomes a pandemic, and then like this guy like locks himself in and like tries to do everything to like be safe, and like his family ends up dying apparently, and then he thinks no one else is alive but him, like in that apartment area complex thing. And then like he hunts for food and stuff, like he goes to the people's houses and like basically just tries to survive, and then he meets this bad motherfucking bitch. Like, she is bad, dude. And then they like, I don't want to say fall in love, but like they become close, and then they fight the zombies, and like it's so good. That's like, I think that's one of my favorite movies too on Netflix. Besides Monster House, I feel like I watch Monster House every other day. But as far as like new movies, it would either have to be Fear Street, especially 1666, which is the third part, or Alive. So yeah. Next is Creep and Creep 2. The first movie, it's weird, but like in a good way too. But I rated like a 9 out of 10 only because it's like not really, it's scary, but I feel like it's not like something different, you know, like it's because it happens, because there's this like guy who the killer or whatever, he has like an ad listing, and he's like in need of a videographer to like film his life, and then he ends up like stalking them and stuff and saying weird shit and doing weird shit, and then the guy leaves, and then like the killer guy has his address and sends him weird shit, and then the guy ends up dying. Like, it's just weird. Like, I don't know, it just like made me want to like erase my whole existence off the fucking internet. Like, I just wanted to go MIA after seeing that. I was like, I want to delete everything. Like, I want to make it seem like I do not exist. Like, after watching that movie, like, it was so crazy. And then the second part, it was a 10 out of 10. There was this girl, the guy pretty much, I don't know why she did, but long story short, it happened again, like with the guy. She seen the ad listing, was like, I'm gonna do it for my show, basically like YouTube but not YouTube. She's like, I'm gonna do this for their entertainment, you know. And then the guy basically openly admits that he killed this person, showed the proof, like even the mask that he wore, and he was saying this and saying that, and she was like, every red flag has been raised, but you know, I'm gonna just keep going. Bitch almost dies, and then she ends up like kind of killing him, like like, I don't want to get into it, but at the end of the movie, he's stalking her, like he's recording her, and then like when she's going on the bus, he ends up on the bus and he's doing that same like whistly song, and then like she looks up and she's like, oh shit, like it's him. But that one's a 10 out of 10. The next one is like, these are all on Netflix, by the way. The next one is The Devil Inside. It looks like it's based on a true story, but it's really not. It's a really good movie. It's about like this girl. Her mom ends up getting possessed and killing 3 people, and then she gets like basically extradited or whatever to Rome, and she's in this mental hospital, and they don't believe she's possessed even though she is. And then the guy, one of the priests, ends up getting possessed and kills himself, and then the daughter ends up getting possessed, and like at the end of the movie, it was just like, cliffhanger, we're gonna like just leave it here. Nothing has been found, nothing has been discovered, nothing's been known, pretty much like that. So it's just like left on the cliffhanger, but it's a really good movie, so that's a 10 out of 10. Next is Tildes with Megan Fox. That movie is a 9 out of 10. It's like she's cheating on her husband with his boss. And it's like he basically ends up finding out, but he doesn't tell her, and then he's like taking her on this like little road trip or whatever to the lake house where she's been taking his boss to cheat. Basically, the guy, her husband or whatever, kind of has been stalking her and like looking at, like, he's basically fucking insane. Her husband was insane, and she fucked up this one guy's eye that was trying to kill her, because her husband put the dude away, and he was like, oh, we're gonna kill them because they got fucking diamonds. and pretty much all this shit, like the boss ends up dying trying to help Megan Fox, and when they finally try to get the fucking diamonds, the diamonds are around the necklace he gave her, which is like still shit, so she can't take it off. They can't fucking cut through it, so they basically were like, we have to cut her head off, and she was like, the husband killed himself. Like, it's just a crazy ass movie, but it's so fucking good. But I rate it a 9 out of 10 only because, like, it was kind of like boring at the beginning. Yeah, it was kind of boring at the beginning. It's just like, okay, cheating, normal. Like, this is not really scary. The movie wasn't really scary. It was just like, whoa, like, okay, shit. Like, okay, what the fuck? But it was really good.
Was Ruby buying?
Oh shit. Wentworth was playing. Next movie is Malevolent. It's basically like The Conjuring, but the British version, or like the UK version. And these people are basically like faking supernatural events so they can get money. And then like this, because the girl like is like Lorraine Warren, because she has like powers and shit, because it happened to her when she was a kid, so like it stuck with her, I guess. And then they went to this house and they're like, here's a game plan, we're just gonna fake this shit like we always do, get money and leave. Come to find out, the girl was like, this shit is real, like I don't want to do this, I don't want to fake it. The owner of the house was that person who was actually killing the bitches, and like the ghost ended up saving the girl with the powers. Like, oh my goodness, that movie was so good. But I don't know if there's a second one or not. But that movie, Malevolent, is a 10 out of 10. Yep. Next one, it's called Under the Shadow. It's I don't want to say Arabic, but it's like based in the time about the Iraq and Iranian war. I don't want to be wrong, but it's something around like that time. But this girl, this lady is trying to go back to school, and the dude is like, no, because you used to do this and you used to do that, and she's like, I don't want to let that be like what you see me as, you know. But they basically told her that she was better off just being a housewife, and then the husband is like being like basically the abuser. And there's this spirit that only the daughter sees until the end of the movie. Only the daughter sees it, and her mom's like, it's not real, like you're fucking lying, I don't believe you, like stop being ridiculous, we need to move, like, because the mom doesn't want to move. She's like, it's just whatever, like we'll be fine, because there's like bombs going off near them. And then at the end, like everybody's starting to leave, and she's like, she's been moving around, like she can't find shit, she's hearing shit, she's seeing shit, she's dreaming of stuff that's happening but it's not really happening yet. And she's like, I believe you. And then she finds out what it is, and it's Jinn, I think it's called. And she basically tries to kill it to protect her daughter. And the daughter has a doll who's like protecting her. And oh my gosh, that movie is so good. I watched it in English, and the acting was like, the voices were good. So I'm guessing that if it's in its original language, it's probably better. But that movie is really good. But it's a 9 out of 10. The only part I didn't like was that the daughter, she was kind of like, I don't know, I feel like the voice actor was like I don't know, like not really trying with her. It just sounded off, so that kind of killed it. But it's a good movie. Next movie is The Ritual. It's about like these friends. They're at a bar. They're like, what should we do for fun? Like we should just go out, like get out of the state or whatever. Like do something different. They go, like the night's over for them. They go in the store. One of the persons gets their head busted open and dies because the dude didn't want to save his own friend didn't want to save him. And then they end up going on the trip anyways, and there's this fucking 10-foot fucking tall monster who feeds on their secrets and shit. And like they dream about, like those people dream about what they did or whatever, and then like the monster like feeds on that and makes them have to relive it over and over, and then they end up getting gutted and die. Like they die, and like there's this fucking secret society. It's really good, but it's fucking scary. Like nope. But it's a 9 out of 10. Under the Shadow was a 9 out of 10, and Malevolent was a 10 out of 10. I don't know if I said that. The next one is called Geralds Game. Gerald, like the vine. Oh, Gerald. But yeah, it's called Gerald's Game, and like it's almost like Tildes, but like with older people, I guess. They're not really cheating, but like they're like on the verge of getting divorced. Like it's not working out no more, and the guy takes his wife to like this remote lake house or whatever, and ends up like, oh, let's like do something to spice up our sex life, you know? And it doesn't work, and she ends up getting handcuffed, and then she's starting to see shit. Like her husband ends up dying, and then he's like back to life, and it's like her, and she's like not dead, but it's like a ghost of her, and they're like talking to each other, and like there's this fucking dog that's eating her husband's fucking insides and shit, and then there's like this Frankenstein looking guy, and she ends up having to cut her hand like from here all the way up, like deep in that shit, and she has to get like a skin graft at the end, and it's like, bitch, oh my god. But yeah, that's a really good movie. It's 9 out of 10. It did scare me because like not the blood, but like how it kept showing like the intestines and stuff. No. And then, oh yeah, that's a 9 out of 10. And then the last one, it's on Hulu, but it's called Sleepwalker. It's a 9 out of 10. Only because it's fucking confusing. Like, there's this girl who's obsessed with this guy who is a book writer, and she's like, oh, that's my husband, and he ends up dying of a suicide. He shot himself, and she's like having these nightmares of like, and she's like sleepwalking, and she can't tell the difference from if it's her sleepwalking or if it's reality. And then she finds out that she was the one who killed the how do you say it? And there was like another girl that she basically killed, and like she ends up realizing that the lady that she killed is actually not her, and she's the one who was obsessed with the guy who wrote the book and not the other girl. It's hard to explain, but it's really good. And the end is confusing because it's like it kind of clears things up, but then it's like back at the beginning kind of, and she goes, I'm this, da da da, and my name is da da da, and it's like, what? Like, it's so confusing, but it's so good. But like I highly recommend all of them, but the ones I recommend the most are The Fear Streets, Alive, The Devil Inside, and no. Fear Street, Alive, Malevolent, and Under the Shadow, and The Devil Inside. Yeah, in that order. No, Yeah, Fear Street, and then Malevolent, and then Under the Shadow. I'm trying to think. Okay, Fear Street, Malevolent, Alive, Under the Shadow, and then The Devil Inside. In that order. But that is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Have a good day or night or afternoon, wherever you're from. Stay safe, stay hydrated, wear your mask if you have to. Get vaccinated if you have to. Stay positive. Don't forget your worth. And remember, you guys are all some bad bitches. Now I'm gonna go finish Wentworth. Goodbye. Adios.